I think we got him. All right, Patrick Callahan.
Hey.
Yeah, welcome to the show. I think that I might have got the wrong number, so you can get on to me. Patrick, how are you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Wonderful. So you direct this institute that is, I think people may have heard it on the news, maybe if they've ever stopped through Lincoln, but beyond having maybe the most gorgeous church in the entire state, what is it that you guys do out west at the Center for Catholic, the Newman Institute in Lincoln, Nebraska?
Yeah, well, the Newman Institute for Catholic Thought and Culture is part of the UNL Newman Center St. Thomas Aquinas Church. I direct a program there for students. As you may or may not know, majority of Catholic college students actually don't attend Catholic colleges, and here in Lincoln, Nebraska, we have around 22,000 undergraduates. About 2,000 of them are active Catholic students coming to Mass, coming to Bible studies, looking for formation. We just set out 150 chairs for OCIA on Wednesday night.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I mean, the church is alive in Lincoln. And, these students are all college students as well, and we want to equip them in the way that college students need to be equipped. So we offer, this institute, which offers all sorts of classes, programs, outdoor adventures, retreats, pilgrimages, opportunities for these students to learn and grow in the rich history of the faith.
Well, Patrick, I just realized something on air, and so sorry for me. This is chasing a squirrel. I realized that, it's that you guys are at Thomas Aquinas Parish, and this is his feast day, and it's now the second person that I got a hold of to talk on his feast day that was related to this. So thank you, Thomas Aquinas, for intervening in the radio show. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. And if listeners could pray, we've been doing this 40 hours devotion that we're wrapping up today. Our students night and day have been having adoration talks from visiting priests who are affiliated with the Newman Institute, who are teaching some of our 4-credit classes, have been coming in and giving these talks and reflections on the life and thought of St. Thomas Aquinas, all part of this 40-hour devotion.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, speaking of that integration of mind but spirituality, of prayerfulness that Thomas Aquinas exhibited so much. We hear again and again that supposedly the youth, they're knowns, they're not interested in these things. But you, not only where you've been at, but you've been at this a while. Patrick, why do people get this so wrong? Because it's clearly the case that there is a hunger for this if people are ready to prayerfully do the work. Why are we missing this great welling of the youth wanting these formation experiences?
Well, it's really a matter of listening. I think Pope Francis is really good at getting onto the idea of accompaniment and listening to where people are. I think there's a misunderstanding of trying to box up and put everyone into the category of this idea of youth. And not to push back against what you're saying, but each of them is an individual, right, called and loved by God. And there are ways that we can create programs where it becomes just a one-size-fits-all. Mm-hmm. At the Newman Center that we're at, we have so many different avenues and ways for people, whether they're feeling lost and they don't even realize it, whether they're searching and they're hungry and they're not quite finding it, and then finding ways to reach them where they're inquiring. I think that's one of the things that we have to be on the lookout is instead of just berating or feeling forlorn about the way that these young people are, realize that it's kind of a world that I'm middle-aged at this point, right? It's kind of a world that my generation, the generation before, has given to them. This dissociation through technology, social media, and the way that our educational system has been running, it's a world that's been stripped of wonder. And so providing opportunities to take students back into nature to re-encounter that, but also opportunities to re-encounter books and texts, not through the textbook, but going into the text itself. So that there's a renewal of wonder and experience. We do this, I teach this 4-credit class to fraternity pledges, and part of it as well is it's a class on virtue, but we don't just talk about virtue. We have a community service component, so our fraternity men complete 600 hours altogether of community service and local nonprofits. And so you're not just talking about virtue, you're going out and actually doing it. And I think that's where, sometimes you can listen and you can hear sermons and talk about like the life of virtue. And if it's just a theory, it may never click for a young person. But going out there and actually, and the testimonials I receive from students is that they go out there and they actually meet with the poor and they listen to them, and it changes their hearts.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful, and I know that this pathway to wonder has been your work for so long. I've been so impressed with what you've done through your career, but specifically what you guys are brewing up over there in Lincoln. It is very inspiring. Patrick, we got about a minute left. Can you make sure to let people know if they want to find out more about what's going on, like you said, with this avenue of wonder with the Newman Institute for Catholic Thought and Culture? How can people find out more about it?
Yeah, simply NewmanInstitute.com. You can find us as well on various social media outlets by just looking for the Newman Institute for Catholic Thought and Culture. And of course, if they're a young man or a young woman and they're coming to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, come contact us, come sit in on a class, come learn about the program. And actually, I will be giving a talk for the Thomistic Institute at Iowa State on February 10th. On beauty and how art can lead to God. So if there are Iowa listeners who would like to meet me or talk, I'll be at Iowa State. You'd have to look on the Thomistic Institute's website to actually find the room number and exact time, but I will be at Iowa State University on February 10th giving a talk, and so happy to travel across the state line and meet some Iowans.
Well, that's great, and I think I might have something to do on a Monday then. Patrick Callahan, who is the director of the Newman Institute for Catholic Thought and Culture, thank you for coming on the Catholic Morning Show here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for all you do.
The Catholic Morning Show is a production of the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. To hear this and other programs, visit iowacatholicradio.com or download the Iowa Catholic Radio app.